Hello class, welcome to BUSI 624. This is Leadership Development. My name is Darren Gertis. I'm your professor, and we're going to have a great time this semester. I wanted to put a face to a name so you could see me and know that somebody's actually here. I know in a distance environment, it's often very tricky. You feel kind of isolated much of the time, and so I wanted to at least give you that much exposure. You're going to be working in teams, so some of that effect will be taken away because you're going to have to interact as part of your projects. But nonetheless, I wanted you to see me. Now, I'm going to go over little parts of the syllabus, and I wanted to make some things clear as we go through this. The first thing is your required books. These are your books. They are the Little Book of Leadership Development. It looks like this, and it is a little book. Now, I want you to read that as soon as you get it, because this is going to be the background for what you're going to be doing over the course of the class project. And the other book, got it the right way. The other book is the Handbook of Leadership Development from the Center for Creative Leadership. This book is the primary academic book, and this book is primarily going to be used for what you're going to be doing for your ongoing activities over the course of the semester. But I will only test on this book, the CCL Handbook. Okay? Now, let's move along. You can read things like learning objectives on your own, character first and why we're doing what we're doing, faith integration, there's a little segment here, and what we'll be focusing on in faith integration. You can do those by yourselves. So let's talk about things, assigned readings first. Read everything I ask you to read. There's a point to everything. I'm not asking you to do any busy work. Okay, class participation in this class is going to really mean discussion boards. So I want you to focus in, well, primarily discussion boards, but interacting with each other and doing the projects and not being the guy that drops the ball when people are counting on you. That's class participation. But discussion boards are going to be interesting here. So you're going to pick out of the Little Book of Leadership Development. There are 5 parts, which I collapsed into 4. So you're going to do 4 different activities over the course of the semester, either on modeling effective leadership, or development through skill building, or development through conceptual understanding, or through personal growth and feedback. And so each discussion board after the first week is kind of discussion board about getting to know you, getting oriented, getting your group norms together. Then in a couple of weeks from now, your first you're going to select one of these activities in this book, and then you're going to actually try it, and you're going to tell me, you're going to report how it worked, and then others will critique you. You will critique everyone else in your group, the entire group, okay? So that's what this book is all about. Okay, that's going to be discussion boards and discussion board responses. Now, over the semester, you also take 10 quizzes. It will be based completely off of this book, that is the CCL Handbook. Your exams will also be based completely, your midterm and final, off of this book, the CCL Handbook. Okay? Leadership development, forum participation, I'm just saying please get out there and work with each other, interact about the project, and those kind of things. Now, ebook leadership development. I'm going to give you a choice. You can either work on one very large ebook, or, and this is what I would suggest, you can work as teams to create 4 different ebooks. I've done this with an organizational behavior class in the undergraduate side. I'm very confident that you can do it. They did a great job with that, and I'll tell you more about this. I'll post the information about this online. So you can either do it as one big class book, which is very difficult to get the tone of everybody, but you can do it. Or you can do it in 4 subgroups, 4 teams, or you can each do an individual one that's a little shorter, but it's probably the optimal place to be is the small team group project. Okay, so that would be 4 books, one from team A, B, C, and D. That's what I would suggest, but I'm going to give you the option, and you'll talk about it and kick it around and see what you want to do. At the end of the semester, group leadership evaluation, I'm going to let you evaluate each other on how well you lived up to your group norms, your class constitution, and what you did. I mean, did you drop the ball? Were you a superstar that always came through? And then finally, I'm going to ask you to journal week by week. And what I mean by journal is very simple. I'm just going to have you write a third of a page to a page every week. Just what ahas did you get out of what you've been reading or participating in or whatever. When you go to the journal the first time, you create your own journal. It's only between you and I. Nobody else in the class can see it. That's part of the settings. And then you just reply to that same one. You don't start a new thread each time. You just keep replying. The reason that you keep replying is that I want you to be able to scroll up and down very easily and see what you've already talked about. And maybe that will attract or give you some new thoughts with what you're reading now. So that's the journal, and that's how that works. So all the assignments are listed here on Blackboard in your syllabus. Please download that. My grading scale, this is very important because some people ignore this. So I'm saying please pay attention. My grading scale is a somewhat progressive scale. The top 8 points, now some use a 8 point, some use a 6 point, some use a 10 point. They all, different professors use different things. To get an A, you have to be in the top 8 points, okay? Now, to get a B, it's the next 10 down. So 92 to 100 is an A. 82 to 91.99999 is a B. And then 70, the next 12 points. So it's 8, 10, 12. So it's harder to get an A, as well it should be, okay? But many people do. That's not a problem if you work hard and do what I ask you to do, okay? When we get into the syllabus as far as the assignments, you're going to notice a certain flow. So there's going to be, I'm going to talk about what's on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and there's going to be kind of a feel to this. Every Monday, I'm going to post what you need to read or review. And so now there's reading from this book, and then there are PowerPoints that I talk over. I have a voiceover at the PowerPoints, and I'm trying to give you a little lecturette, a mini lecture about what it is that you need to do over the course of the semester or over the course of that particular week. I also have created the audios of those under course materials on Blackboard. So if you want to download those and listen to them on your iPod or burn them to a disc so you can listen to it on your CD in the car on the way to work or something, just to have extra reinforcement of it, that's fine. You can do that. I'm just trying to make this, to optimize this online environment as much as possible. Now, when you look over in assignments, you look at, so here we have DB1. So this first week, what you're going to do is the introduction discussion board and the before you begin discussion forum. That's your individual part. And then by Saturday, I'm asking you to respond to everyone else in your group on that discussion board. I also want you to start working on an operating calendar for class projects because the class project is going to be significant. Now remember the discussion boards here in yellow, week 3, week 5, week 9, and week 11. These are the weeks that your discussion board is due, where you're dealing with what you've taken from here. Now you can get ahead right now this week. You can read this, and I'm saying this is what I want you to read this week is this little book. Okay, I want you to read this week, and I want you to choose your assignments for those discussion boards, and you can start working on those now, and you can get some progress done towards those discussion boards. You don't have to wait until later on because it's not tied to your reading in this particular book. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that right now. This is how to get started. That's enough for now. Thank you for your time and your willingness to work on yourself. You're going to get out of this course what you put into it. The more effort that you put into learning about becoming a better leader, the more dividends it's going to pay. So thank you very much for your time and your hard work in advance, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.